there comes a point, like even with cooking, like you teach yourself how to cook, you teach yourself how to like chop things very specifically in different ways, whatever. At some point you feel like you hit a wall and like your creativity is stilled or your knowledge has just evaporated, like you're done. But learning doesn't ever stop. And I think that what personally always keeps me motivated is the knowledge that I am going to find something new and I am going to feel so proud of myself when I do hit whatever, even minuscule, like very tiny goal I have.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Where are you from?
Oh, good. I'm from the United States. I live in Florida. What about you?
I'm from Bangladesh. It's in Southeast Asian country. And
Very
where
cool.
do you live in Florida? Which part of Florida are you staying right now?
I live in South Florida, very close to Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
Mhm.
I know there's a huge state, Florida. There's so many cities included in Florida.
Yes.
I think I may had the few names of Florida like Melbourne, Vero Beach, Port Price, like that, something like that. So are you in Miami? Close to Miami?
Yes, I'm very close, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
cool.
what did you want to say?
It's cool. It's fine.
Yeah. So what do you do for a living besides tutoring on cambly?
I used to work for the Walt Disney Company. I worked on the rides, basically. But mostly it's this now. This is my job, and I like it a lot. It's very cool. What about you?
Well, I'm still a student. I want to pursue IELTS exam in the next year, and I just want to go to Canada for my master's degree. That's
very
why I've
cool.
been traveling with, because I've been traveling with my pronunciations mostly, because I've been practicing my English since 2016. And
wow.
I think I made quite a lot of improvement by myself. I've been practicing from 2016 still now. And I just want to improve my pronunciation skills a bit. I know that it's very difficult to sound like a native speaker. It takes time and it takes so much effort, but I'm not really have that kind of times to practice right now because these days we are on the lockdown, and I've been working as a freelancing sector because I have to work for my family just for living. So it's been exactly hard for me to find focusing on the exact things called pronunciation. So can you give me some specific advice about how can I start learning to improve my pronunciations?
Sure. I think that the most efficient and probably the easiest way to work on pronunciation is mimicking people. So I would find someone that you don't mind listening to, like a video of someone, and
I have many favorite lists. Yeah, that's why I've been traveling with. I just don't want to. I just can't find who I choose to be like. That's what I've been dealing with.
I get that. I think that that's probably the best way, because I think if you like train yourself to even the way that like our mouths move, if you pay attention to that, that helps with pronunciation as well. An over exaggeration in accent is always going to be beneficial, even though it's very silly. You're going to feel a little weird
when we are doing something like that. It sounds like crazy things happening with me.
Yes.
But eventually, it will help us to grow or improve our pronunciation. I have done that quite a while ago, like 2018. I've been practicing myself like how a native speaker does. I just locked my room. I just locked myself into my room and just been trying to speak like a native one. And that's what I've been doing. And someday, the crazy part happened when some of my friends knocked the door and he heard me saying something like that. That's what.
That's funny.
It was a ridiculous thing, but I think that was really quite improvement.
Yeah. That's how I try to learn, is by mimicking. Like I'm learning Korean, and it's obviously very different from like just standard American English speech. So I'll watch like Korean dramas and try to mimic how they say things. But the hardest part is understanding, which you do. So well done, good job. Next, it'll come naturally. It's just it's weird. It's weird to change how you speak.
Yeah, I know that. Well, cool. I'm pretty good at listening and watching lots of YouTube videos or English movies, because I've been just finished a Lucifer series. I don't know whether you know that name of Lucifer.
Yeah, my mom's watching that.
Yeah, I just really love that series, and I love the Lucifer way to say it. I love that accent too many ways. I just want to be like him, but it seems to be a very difficult way to say that. It seems to be hard accent, I guess.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. So can I ask you something about when we are learning English or while learning any kind of language? Any source of language it must be. So how can we motivate ourselves when we are not seeing our progress? It's the best difficult part of the for a student or for the learner who wants to learn any kind of language or anything he wants to learn. So what's your advice of motivation? How can we get motivations while we are learning English, but we are not seeing any improvement at all? Because I've been dealing with but I have watched a lot of motivational videos. That's why I've been dealing with this, because I have to do it. I just keep telling myself that I have to do it no matter what. In one way or another, I have to make it happen. That's what that's what my motivation. All the time I've been telling myself that I have to do it no matter what, because if I can speak with the proper grammar, with the proper accents, then I can get a good job with better salaries like that. So this was my motivation. So what's your advice for students who wants to learn any kind of things? Like it could be language, it could be programming, it could be anything they want to learn. So yeah. I just want to hear your motivations or your advice of motivation.
Sure. I think that plateaus kind of come with everything. You know, like there comes a point, like even with cooking, like you teach yourself how to cook, you teach yourself how to like chop things very specifically in different ways, whatever. At some point you feel like you hit a wall and like your creativity is stilled or your knowledge has just evaporated, like you're done. But learning doesn't ever stop. And I think that what personally always keeps me motivated is the knowledge that I am going to find something new, and I am going to feel so proud of myself when I do hit whatever, even minuscule, like very tiny goal I have. So I think it's just knowing that in everything we do, we're going to hit a point where we feel like we're done, and we're never going to be done. And that is very good, because we should constantly be experiencing new things. We should constantly be learning and taking in new stuff. So maybe that's not like advice necessarily, but that is definitely a factor I would always consider in anything.
So what you are saying, that we have to make a tiny part of our things, so that we have to complete the tiny part a little by little. Yeah. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah, it's like even with pronunciation, right? Like, let's say you are mimicking Lucifer one day, and your friend knocks on your door and thinks that you're just watching TV. Like you sound so similar to the character that he thinks that you're just watching television. That's going to feel really cool. Yeah. Like you're going to feel very proud. So I think it's just the little things.
Yeah, but it takes quite a lot of time. I don't know that.
Yeah,
but I really do want to speak like a native one. That's what I've been dealing with from the very beginning. Because to the funniest part, I have been a very much bad student of English language. That's why I haven't got into university. That's why I've been dealing from the past, because I have got C grade in my higher secondary exam, and that's why I haven't got any chance to to get test in the admission sector. That's why I haven't been. I am doing. It's just a national university. Really care about whether the university is going really well or not, because I know my strengths would be different from someone else. So I have to prepare myself for the world. So I have to do certain things that I really want to do, and that's why I have to do. I have to gain some of the skills that I really do, that really requires for that particular job that I really wanted to do. So that's why I have been working on that particular skills that really needs to require to continue with that job, to get a good job in Bangladesh.
Yeah. No, I think it's good that you have a very clear goal in mind as far as like the long run goes, and then you have tiny little things along the way, like pronunciation or whatever, like new vocabulary, whatever. I think that's good. I think it gives you perspective, which is healthy.
Well, the funniest part is that I haven't been read too much. I haven't read too many vocabularies from the very beginning till the end, because I just want I am really good at listening, as I said earlier. So I have been just watching lots of English movies, lots of English conversations, lots of English lecture as well. And I have watched 700 to 1,000 TEDx talk. And that's quite inspiring for me. And that's where I have been learned vocabulary from. So it was really cool way to learn English, I guess, because I'm confident of learning vocabulary. I just don't find interest of learning vocabularies from the textbook. Yeah. It's really irritating for me, weird thing for me. So I do the opposite things. How I like to do something, because I'm really good at watching, because I find entertaining. I find myself entertaining, so it keeps me happy. So what makes me happy, and I can learn something from that, and that's why I've been decided by myself that I have to learn by watching lots of English movies, lots of English lectures, lots of English conversations, because there is a platform called YouTube, and the YouTube provide so many things, because all we need to do is just we have to will. We are willing to do something, then we can find any resource that we want to learn. So that's why I take YouTube for learning my English, and that platform is really used because there is so many YouTube videos online on YouTube. Yeah. And I have followed some of the called tutors from Australia, from UK, and from USA as well. So and from them I have been benefited a lot, because they gave us advice, and I have followed all those advice, and that's very helpful. Because if we wanted to speak, or if you wanted to know some other part of the speaker, because what you are saying, I completely understand everything. And that's what comes from the listening, I guess. And I do believe that, because if I haven't had enough listening, then I cannot understand you. That's what the basic part is. Because all we do is communication means we have to communicate our thoughts. We have to communicate our feelings, sharing each other's stories, something like that. So all I do know is that if I understood you, or if I understand you, then I can tell my story as well, so that you can understand. Yes. Because you are a native speaker. If I made any mistakes, you will understand what I'm trying to say, or what I am willing to say. So that's what my story is. That's why I've been keep telling myself that it is only you who needs to motivate yourself. No one ever will motivate you on this planet. That's true. Because at the end of the day, motivations will stick on your mind into just 1 minute or 2 minutes after you watching that motivational videos or something like that. I just do believe that, because I have been watching lots of motivational videos, but after 10 minutes, it's really, I just can't remember anything. It's just 1 or 2 sentences that keeps in mind, but mostly I just forget. I think anyone can forget that. Yeah, so no, I agree. It's better to be motivated by myself.
I completely agree. I think you have a very healthy perspective of what learning is. I think that's really, really awesome. So I wish you the best. I think you're going to do well.
Yeah, thank you very much.